Peace and blessings, fam. It's Daughter of Secrecy with level 7 and 7 principles. The NOSAW, the Nation of Self-Awareness. And this video is it's a conversation with lesbians. And I thought that this was important to do because since I started with my messages, my viewership has grown. I have a lot of people coming in now, a lot of new people, and I have a lot of lesbians coming in now because they see a lesbian that has taken a stand in righteousness. So to my lesbians, first I want to say, I love you. I love you. You are loved. You are appreciated. You are seen. You are special. I get a lot of questions from lesbians in my inbox. Can I be righteous? First off, I did a video, I think last year. Can a lesbian be righteous? Check out that video. Check out that video. It will explain a lot. My YouTube channel, Seeker the True Frequency Transmitter. Put my name in, Daughter of Secrecy, and Seeker the True Frequency Transmitter will come up. And my answer to that is yes. They want to tell you that you're unnatural, especially beings that's been raised in patriarchy will tell you that you're unnatural. They tell me that. They still tell me that, y'all. They'll say, yeah, you got good points, but how can you say this when you're a lesbian? Well, I'm not going to judge you because we all sin. I'm not sinning. And that's what they don't get. We're not sinning. They'll say it's not natural that we are interfering with the process of life. Well, think about this. If you talk about the process of life, heterosexuals aid to the process of life, right? And look at the world. The whole world and every being in it is here because of the process of being heterosexual. There need to be some lesbians in the world to stop bringing through the bullshit that's coming down here. This system of patriarchy that we are subjected to, that we are being oppressed by, is the byproduct of heterosexuals. I'm not getting on my heterosexuals. I don't need to do that. But I just need to tell the truth and show you something. It's not natural. It's not natural in a world where they've killed the matriarch. No, it's not natural in this world. It's not natural in the world to talk about parthenogenesis. It's not natural in this world to talk about the woman was here first. What's natural in this world is to speak on some unnatural shit. Because what's unnatural is to claim that male beings were on the planet first. That's unnatural. It's unnatural to say that we popped out of the rib of Adam. That's unnatural. The womb has birthed everything. And the first womb to birth was a womb without a man. I've seen this. I'm not just a person who just go out here and do talks and do what sound good and say what sound good, regurgitate information. A lot of the information I bring, I tell y'all I got from source. I didn't get from a book. I was shown the process of evolution, and I was shown the female, the first female. Not only was I shown her, I was made to walk as her. I saw the first male being born. I saw the first war, which was our sons against us, the wombs. As my girl called them, the sons of division. because they didn't like the connection that we had to source. They didn't like the power that we had. I want to say this to my lesbians too. I'm not a lesbian who hate my sons. If the world went back to parthenogenesis and women birthed on their own, that may eliminate men. But I doubt it, because we birthed them in the first place. We will create them again. But let's say it did. Let's say we were I don't want that. I'm trying to get the heat on in the car. Hold on. Let's say that the world was just all females and we were birthing on our own. And there we did eliminate men by that. Or men were eliminated by that. That still doesn't stop the fact that men are here now. I love my brothers. I love my sons. Although I understand the predicament that the sons has got us in. Although I do understand that it's time for mother. But there's some brothers who understand this. A lot of them don't. I get all kinds of shit, y'all. I get cussed the fuck out. I get the weirdest shit said to me. But that don't stop me. But I need y'all not to be who you are because they didn't let you in the church. I feel you. They didn't accept me in the churches. They didn't accept me in the conscious communities. I mean, not that I really ever tried to be in them. But I was obviously not accepted. There was a time in my life I just felt like an outcast and just went buck. But I stood my ground. You're not going to make me take phallus. I was homeless because of this for years. Eating out of trash can on the street because I stood my ground. That's not what my makeup was about. And I was not going to be made to do that. And then even when I got on my feet again, I had my choices. I had boyfriends. But sex just wasn't, or a man was just not something that I'm built for. That's not what my yoni was made for. I wasn't made to be penetrated. I wasn't made for my womb mind to have something in it outside of itself, outside of me. Again, I feel y'all pain. I know what you're going through. I know how, even in this day, how unaccepted you are. It's enough that the matriarchs have to come up. The women have to come up. And we're going to fight that shit. Ain't no woman ahead, but a woman birthed everything here. Don't know lesbian birth. We birth consciousness. We birth consciousness. We are innately mothers. And again, it was a, and I don't like to use the word lesbian. I'm using this because this is what y'all use. We were the first to birth on this planet. A being without a male being. A feminine being without a male being. So, but they don't see that. They don't understand that. So, they fight. They really believe that they're right. They really believe that they're right. They're going to look at this and be like, oh my God, did you hear what she said? I need my lesbians to stand in righteousness, though. Fuck what they say, boo. Fuck what they say. It doesn't matter what they say. You know in your spirit, you know in your being, you know in your soul, your connection. You feel it. Lesbians, or so-called, or some special motherfuckers, you know who you are. But you let them tell you what you're not. And that has to stop. But y'all have to go to righteousness with what you're doing. Because that source don't appreciate. It's okay to be in connection with your masculinity. I'm in connection. I tapped into my masculine and my feminine side. Us beings like this, we're the closest to being androgynous on the planet. It's okay to be tapped into your masculine and feminine, because that's what womb, man, female is in the first place. So it's okay, but you don't have to become a man. You don't have to wear drawers, boxer shorts, and wife beaters You're taking away from your femininity. I'm not saying you have to wear negligees either. That's not my shit. I wear sports bras and like the spandecky boy shorts. They call them. They for girls, but they boy shorts. Because when we do these things, it take away from our identity of being womb men. They tell me I need to be more femme. I don't give a shit of what they talking about. I don't act like a boy. Everything you see about me is just natural. I'm natural tomboy. I'm natural tomboy. And so is my mother. And the only man she ever had was my father. My mother Mary. She married him a virgin. Excuse me. She married him a virgin. And she was with my father. The only man her whole life. And she's very tomboyish. Very tomboyish. So, because she could be heterosexual and tomboyish, and that don't mean she's trying to be a man. But if I don't go get no dick, then that means I want to be a man. No. Tap into your shit. Because, like, when y'all see me, the most you see me, the most y'all see me is in my rough. But there's a whole other side to me. There's a whole other side of me that wear wrap skirts, that wrap up, get into my feminine side, especially when we do our rituals. But you're taken away from yourself when, and that confuses the masses too. That's why they always ask y'all that question. Why, if y'all don't want to be with men, they say to me, why if y'all don't want to be with men, do y'all dress and act like men? Why do them girls get with girls that look like men, the more feminine ones, if they don't want to be with men no more? Well, to answer that question to the masses that's tapping into this right now and just want to know what the fuck we talking about, it's because some women are more feminine, has tapped into her masculinity than you have. Some women are more tapped into her feminine side, and she like that masculine balance, not the man balance. She like the masculinity, because that she is too. She just haven't tapped into that side of herself. So she like the masculinity without being with the man. She doesn't like what come with the man. She doesn't like the energy of that. There's a whole different kind of energy that comes with women and women. And she is tapped into that energy, and that's the energy she wants. So if her girl's more masculine, that's what the fuck she choose. But then you'll see couples that look balanced. You can't tell which one of them is which, because both of them look kind of feminine. Both kind of look kind of masculine. They are closer to androgynous beings, and that's where we should be, where we are tapped into both sides of ourselves, because we're taken away from ourselves. And when you go get a sex change because you say, I feel like a man in me, that's confusion. It ain't no man in you. That's just your masculinity. You've tapped into your masculinity. But you don't want to tap into the masculinity so much where you don't know that you are your femininity. Source didn't make no mistakes. When she gave you a clitoris, she didn't make a mistake. And you are making a mistake by cutting it off. Or whatever y'all do to get a sex change, you are making a mistake. So to the question, what do I feel about trans? I love all my people, but I feel that transgender is out of order, because that is not what you were created in. And you changing what Source has done. Source gave you that portal for a reason. You don't even realize the portal that you have. Recently, a trans asked me with the group, when all the sisters get together, I'm trans. Can I come? I'm sorry. I love you, support you, whatever you do, but no, you can't come. You can't. Because that's not what we're doing. We need whole beings. We need her. We need females. She who was created with the womb, and appreciate her womb. So, like, again, you could be masculine. I'm not telling you not to be in touch with your masculinity, but you need to be in touch with your femininity too. Y'all need to be balanced. Like, I was saying, but because they do penis or phallus, then they are accepted. Okay, I need y'all to get your minds out the minds of the masses, because, and really understand what you are. You're not a disease. You're not a sinner. Not for being a so-called lesbian or goddess lover. You're not that. But to transfigure yourself is a sin to yourself. You are out of the natural order of yourself. You're not out of the natural order to be the female. This is a female planet. This is a feminine planet. Everything on this planet was feminine until 500 million years ago. It was no balance. No male and female wasn't created at the same time. They can't even find evidence of no shit like that. They can find evidence of the oldest fossils being female, though. It's always been the way of the mother, and y'all have to get into righteousness too. But a lot of us are running amok. No, y'all. A lot of us are running amok because we're outcasts. No, and we have no spirituality to go to. We have nobody to accept us. But I need to let y'all know y'all are accepted. I accept y'all, and there are many beings who do accept you. You just have to find your tribe. Obviously, where you are and what you're doing is not your tribe. The puppies are going crazy because this is their little area where all their friends are. So I'm going to pause this and come back in. Y'all have a responsibility to get back into the way of the wild woman. Y'all have to remember you have a responsibility to get back into spirituality. Stop walking lost. You're not lost anymore. You have a platform now. But you have to come into your spirituality like everybody else. But you're asking permission. I need y'all to stop asking permission to be spiritual. Get the fuck away from the religions and come back to the true religion, which is the way of the mother. Earth religion. The way of the earth is the only religion, and that's the way of the mother. Get back into knowing what earth is, and communicating with earth, and understanding your surroundings. You have a power with you. Fuck it, what they talking about, whether you lesbian or not. You have a power with you called a womb. This is a tool. This is a portal that you have been given permission to be in charge of. You have been given permission to be in charge of. This thing that you hold is so great. It's so great. And y'all allowing them to take your power. By not focusing on your yoni, you have to focus on your yoni. You have to focus on that temple that you have. Because that's what it is. It's a temple. And it's power. And your temple is not contaminated. Your temple is not, you've either never been there or you're at the place where you stay away from our sons. Meaning, when I say contamination, I mean something outside of yourself. So you are more in contact with your yoni. Your help is needed in this war more than any other womb man. Your portal is needed because you can focus, you can connect more with your portal than somebody who's getting phallus. Why do you think a lot of women say they come back into themselves when they go celibate? The ones who are getting phallus, they become more connected celibate. Okay, then what does that mean? You are celibate from phallus anyway. But y'all gotta stop acting like you got phallus. Y'all going into each other with a bunch of rubber stuff. That can't be healthy for your insides. That rubber, that plastic, what is it made of? Stop letting them take your power. Stop with the fear factor. Stop asking permission to be righteous. Can I be righteous? Y'all ask me that. Can I be righteous? That's up to you. I can't answer that for you and nobody else. That's between you and source. Can you be righteous? Do you want to be righteous? Is that your choice? Then you do what you know to do. You don't ask permission to be righteous. You just do it. So if the question is, does source accept me the way I am? You are the first. You are more in the example of the first woman on the planet. They're not going to like this. Who gives a shit? Stop worrying about people. Find your tribe. Get with other sisters who understand this. Because regardless, those same people need your help. They need the portals. But y'all won't bring y'all portals into righteousness because they told you can't be righteous. Which is a bunch of shit. They told me the same thing and I found my way. I found source. And I understand what the womb man is, whether she's a goddess lover or not. We are some special, magical creatures. And we need the lesbians. We need your help. We need you in this war. I love you. I love you. Join the coven, 1,000 mystical womb men. 1,000 mystical womb minds gathering. A coven, it's called. It's all kinds, thousands of women in this group. It's all kinds of women. You are accepted here. You are accepted in this group. I created the group. I'm out here and I'm a known lesbian. I do my videos with my mate beside me. That's how much I don't give a shit about what people talking about. Truth is truth. Truth is truth. And even still, the heterosexual women, they need to be staying away from phallus for a minute. Just so they could come back into just the power and the knowledge and the connection with their own yonis. Be powerful, sisters, is what I'm saying. That's what I need y'all to do. We have to wake the fuck up. Fuck religion. Religion is what got you where you are. They say that if you look at nature, it's not natural. That's not true. You have, what about the island of she-gulls where they're all female? Is that not nature? All female she-gulls. They reproduce on their own. What about Komodo dragons that reproduce on their own, called parthenogenesis, and plants that's parthenogenesis? And they'll say, well, that's the animal kingdom or the plant kingdom. That's not you. No, I created this kingdom. I came from this kingdom. This kingdom birthed me. I am the mitochondria DNA, 350 million year old DNA down here. I am that DNA. It didn't create the male. It created the female. And you do have the ability for parthenogenesis. But we have to get back in our circles. We have to get back in our tribe. And power up. Stop trying to fit in where you don't fit in. Take off them goddamn clothes and them drawers and shit. I'm not, listen, straight women wear hoodies. We like men gear. But y'all know what I'm saying. You wear that shit to be a man. Your pants too tight. We looking crazy out there. Come back into your righteousness. Come into a righteous garb. That's why when I'm dressed and not just running around here doing some raggedy shit, y'all see I wear harams and dashikis. Let their clothes go so you can find yourself. We're deep in it. The lesbian woman is deep in it because she was the one not accepted, and she's the one especially needed. So she got they put you down so far in the rut. Our people got a long way to come up out of this. Don't worry about them. Your power, your abilities has nothing to do with the church. Has nothing to do with what taught against you. Imagine a world that it taught. It's all mental. They taught against this. And we could teach for it. We could break those spells. Then in ancient cultures, do y'all know the so-called lesbian were called gatekeepers? She's so mystical. She was called gatekeepers in the African tribes. From the articles that I read, even the men that were gay We're called gatekeepers. And these are the beings that became the shaman because they were more androgynous than everybody else. Tap into your power, y'all. And stop letting them tell you what you can and cannot be. Only you can decide that. That's between, again, it's between you and Source. Release yourself from fear, but you have to first release yourself from this mental control, or allowing others to control your mental, allowing others to say what you are and what you're not. You have to let go of that. You have to become okay with that. Is what has to happen. You have to become okay with who you are, who and what you are. And that's the world we living in. Everything's changing. Be a part to change. Be a part to solution. Stop asking permission to be righteous. Hit me in my inbox. Facebook, Dark Advice Secrecy. Or my page, Dark Advice Secrecy Level 7 and 7 Principles. Or Dark Advice Secrecy and the 7 Principles. We got my YouTube. Seeking the True Frequency Transmitter. Join the like page if my sister is in the hood. That's where I need to be. That's our project right now. It's the NOSAW, Nation of Self-Awareness. We're going to the hoods and getting our sisters, awakening them. Because just like the lesbian wasn't awakened, just like the lesbian was told what she can't be, so are our sisters in the hood. They're told they're too ratchet. They even put them down, and a lot of them heterosexuals. They go to church and they only accept them in church because they too ratchet. Listen, these people will judge you for anything. And it's not about what they do. It's not about what they want. It's about what you want for yourself. You have to want what you want for yourself, and you have to go and get it. Can't nobody go and get it for you. So it doesn't matter because they put down their own. It doesn't matter because they disrespect their own. They're heterosexuals. Just because they too ratchet. No, but I'm that lesbian. Gonna go get my sisters in the hood. Join the like page on Facebook. If my sisters in the hood. If my sister is in the hood, that's where I need to be. If my sister is in the hood, that's where I need to be. Join the like page. Let's go get our sister. Share the promo. Share the like page. Documentary doing is free. Anybody want to donate to the cause, to the NOSAW? We're securing some land for the NOSAW. We have 5 acres. We making an additional 5 acres to that. We can use help. We need $5,000 more to raise up to get this land for our tribe. You can donate a cuss serve at nature-rules.com. That's at PayPal. I'll put all these links on the screen for y'all. Time to power up. Wound minds awaken. Wound minds awaken. All wound minds. To my lesbian sisters, I love you. And you are special, mystical, magical motherfuckers.